Hey guys, and welcome to a new music class with Miguel. Today, we're going to do a review of the minor scale because I think for some of you, maybe there were some things that were not as clear as they should be. So we're going to do a different approach to what the minor scale was. I'm going to be more detailed in what the processes are and what the concepts are because I don't think they were very clear even if you did the activity correct. So I want to be very, very clear about this because this is very, very important. So let's begin. Finding the relative minor scale of a major scale. For this exercises, for the examples, we're not going to use the staff. We're only going to use the letters. You should know by now how to put them on the staff. We're going to focus on the letters for this video. So first we have the C major scale, which you already know, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, okay? No sharps, no flats, okay? And these are going to be the numbers assigned for each and every note of the C major scale, okay? So what we're going to do to find what the relative minor is, we simply count from the first, we count 6, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's A. So that means we're going to put the same notes of the C major scale, okay, but beginning from A to A. So we have this A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, okay. It's the same notes of the C major scale because if you see there are no sharps and no flats, well, we just made them from the A to the A, and that is the relative minor scale of C major, okay. This also means that this scale right here is going to be the A minor scale because the relative minor is the minor scale, okay? And we can also say the other, otherwise. The C major scale is the relative major of A minor. They are both relatives. Relatives as in family. Why are they relatives? Because they have the same notes, okay? So A minor is the relative minor of C major, and C major is the relative major of A minor. Okay, I don't think that was very clear from the last video, so I'm going to make it clear right now. Let's see another example. Here we have the D major scale. Here you have D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. The D major scale has two sharps, F sharp and C sharp. Again, we put the numbers here and we count 6 from D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We are in B. So we write the same note, but now we're going to start in B. Okay, and we get this. B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B. As you can see here, we have the same exact notes as D major. Okay, this is the B minor scale now. This one we have right here is the B minor scale, and it has the same sharps and the same notes. For example, here you can see we have F sharp, and then we have C sharp. Okay, they share the same notes. That's why they are relative. Okay, so the B minor scale is the relative minor of D major, and D major is the relative major of B minor. They're relatives because they have the same notes. They share the same notes. Another example. Here we have the E flat major scale. E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C, D, and E flat. The same thing, we count 6 from the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We have C. Okay, so we simply copy the same notes starting from C, and we have them right here. C, D, E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C. And this is now the C minor scale. Okay, as you can see, they have the same notes. They have E flat, they have A flat, and they have B flat. Okay, I'm not counting this E flat because it's the same thing as the first. Okay, so again, as we did with the other two, the C minor scale is the relative minor of E flat major, and the E flat major scale is the relative major of C minor. Why are they relative? Because they share the same notes. Okay, so by counting a sixth up or a third down, you can also do it from here. You count from 1, 2, 3, and you also arrive at C. Here you count 1, 2, 3, you also arrive at B. And here you got 1, 2, 3, you also arrive at A. You can count a sixth up or a third down. Either way will be the same exact result. Okay? So this means that the relative minor scale of C major is A minor, what I just said, also meaning that C major is the relative major of A minor, what I just said. Same thing here. B minor is the relative minor scale of D major, which means D major is the relative major scale of B minor. Okay? C minor is the relative minor scale of E flat major, which means E flat major is the relative major scale of C minor. This might sound like a little bit confusing. I suggest you pause this video and read it carefully, okay? So that you understand what's going on, okay? Don't let the video go through. Pause it and read it. Don't worry, I will wait. Okay, moving on. They're called relative, as in family, like I said before, because they share the same exact notes. It's just that putting them in a different order makes them either minor or major. Okay? Moving on. Now, finding the parallel minor scale of a major scale. That's going to be there were some problems with this during the activities and the tasks that you sent, so I want to go through it in a little bit more detail than in the previous video. Okay? So here it says, relative minor scales and parallel minor scales have the same exact formula. Okay? It's going to be 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, 7. That's the formula of the minor scale. It doesn't matter if it's a relative minor or if it's a parallel minor. The minor scale has this formula. Okay? They're just different names depending on their relation to other major scales. Okay? For example, the C minor scale can be both a relative minor scale or a parallel minor scale. It just depends on relative to what and parallel to what. So the C minor scale is the relative minor of E flat major. But C minor scale is also the parallel minor of C major. Okay? The parallel minor scale will simply be a minor scale that begins and ends on the same note of their parallel major scale, but will have different notes in between, even if they share some of them. Okay, so let's see some examples. Okay, now let me just click off the presentation so we can do it together. Okay, here I have put the keyboard with all the notes so it can be a little bit more helpful. Here we have the C major scale with the numbers, and then we have the formula for the minor scale. Okay, 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, and 1. So let me just copy these notes, the exact same notes, and let me put them here so we can then change the notes. So we go one by one. The 1 will not change, okay? It will never change. Then the 2, okay? Since both of them have the same number 2, no flat 2 or sharp 2, so then the note has to be the same in both scales, D and D. On the third note, there's a difference because in the major scale we have 3, but in the minor scale we have flat 3. So we have to go a half step down from E. So let's say we are in E right here. See this red dot right here. Okay, we are here in E. So we have to go a half step down from E. So we simply move the E a half step down and we are here. Okay, E flat. So that's why here we put E flat. Okay, let's moving on. Then we have the 4. The 4 is the same in both scales, so no change. The 5th, same thing, so we don't change. On the 6th, here we have a flat 6 on the minor scale. So let's go to the 6th right here. It says A. So we put this red dot on A. And we simply go back a half step. Why? Because it's a flat 6. Every flat is a half step down. So we move a half step down from A and we are here. A flat. So here we put A flat. Move on. Then we have the 7. Again, same thing. 7 in major and flat 7 in minor. So the 7 here is B. So we put the red dot in B. And we move down a half step. and we are here in B flat. Okay, so here we put B flat. Why don't we put A sharp? Because it has to be a form of B. We already have the B right here, right? There is no A. We have B, so it has to be a form of B. Which B? The only way possible is B flat, so we put B flat right here. And then we have done the C minor scale, okay? This C minor scale is the parallel minor of C major. Why parallel? Because they begin and they end in the exact same note. They are exactly parallel, okay? And again here we have the C minor, right? But if you remember, here, we also had C minor right here. It's the same exact scale, but this is the relative minor of E flat major, okay? So every minor scale is both relative minor and parallel minor, depending on relative to what major scale or parallel to what major scale. So be very, very careful with that. So we have done the C minor scale there. Let's do another one. Here we have the G major scale. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. And we have the formulas, the one for the major scale with the numbers, no flats, and then the numbers with the flats, flat 3, flat 6, and flat 7. We're going to do the same process. We're going to copy the exact same notes. Let's put them here. And then let's go note by note. Okay? The first two, no changes. Okay, so G and A. Then on the third one, okay, we have here flat 3. So we put the red dot on the 3 here. And you see here in the major scale, the 3 is B. Let's go to B. Okay, and then flat 3, it means that we're going to go a half step down from B, and we are in B flat. So we change here this note to B flat. The 4 is the same, no change. 5th is the same, no change. 6th, we have here that the 6th in major is E, so we go to E. And since the minor one is flat 6, we go down a half step from E. Where are we? E flat. So far, so good. Now, this is where a lot of people made a mistake in the next note. So if 7 is F sharp here, because here in minor we need the flat 7. So we're going to put the red dot in the 7 of major, which is F sharp. So we don't put it here, we put it here in F sharp. Okay? So this is the note, the 7th note in the G major scale. But we need the flat 7. So from here we go down a half step. Where are we? In F. Not F flat. A lot of people did F flat. They got confused, but it's not F flat. It's, as you see here, it's F. So we simply erase the sharp, and then we have it. This is the G minor scale. Okay. G, A, B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G. Okay? That is the G minor scale. Moving on, another example. The same thing. We're going to do the same exact process. This is the D flat major scale. D flat, E flat, F, G flat, A flat, B flat, C, and D flat. Okay, we have the formula, the numeric formula for the major scale, and we have the numeric formula for the minor scale. So we're going to do the same process. We're going to copy these notes. We're going to place them here. And then we're going to do the same process. We're going to go directly to the 3rd, 6th, and 7th, because you know that they are the ones that are going to change. The 1, the 2, the 4, and the 5 will not change. So let's go to the first one. The 3rd here is F. So we go to F, put the red dot here in F, and we go down a half step, okay, here. Now this is going to be a little bit tricky. Here it says E, but we don't have E right here. But you know from, I think from last year, if you were not in my class last year, this is something you have to learn. The E has another name because it has to be a form of F. So the only form of F that can be placed right here in the same spot with E is going to be F flat. So here we put the F flat. Okay, moving on. The 4 doesn't change, 5 doesn't change, the 6th. Here we have B flat on the 6th. So we put the red dot in B flat, right here. And we go down a half step. Now it's not going to be A because it has to be a form of B. So the only form of B that can be right here is going to be B double flat. Okay? B double flat. Let me rearrange this. Oh. Okay, much better. Sort of. There we are. Okay, B double flat. Then we are in the 7th. Okay, so we put the 7 here in C because it says here, right here, that 7 is C in major. And we go down a half step. Same exact thing as we did right here with the E and the F flat. This is not going to be a B. It's going to be a form of C. The only form of C that can be right here is C flat because the flat moves down a half step. So this is going to be C flat. Okay, so moving on. That is the D flat minor scale, and this is the D flat major scale. So, to review a little bit, again, the C minor scale is the parallel minor of the C major scale, meaning that the C major scale is the parallel major of C minor. Here the same thing. G minor is the parallel minor of G major, and G major is the parallel major of G minor. And then the other example, D flat minor is the parallel minor of D flat major, and D flat major is the parallel major of D flat minor. Okay? Moving on. Let me go back to the presentation form. So, to recapitulate, this means the C minor scale is the parallel minor of the C major scale and the relative minor of E flat major. Both minor scales have the same notes, but they're called differently depending on their relationship with other major scales. That's what I did before. This also means C major is the parallel major of C minor. Same thing goes for the G minor, where I just said. G minor scale is the parallel minor of G major and the relative minor of B flat major. This also means G major is the parallel major of G minor. And then the D flat minor scale is the parallel minor of D flat major and the relative minor of F flat major. This also means D flat major is the parallel major of D flat minor. Again, as I did in the previous slide, pause the video right now. Read this carefully so you understand it, because it might be a handful of just major, minor, parallel, relative that you don't understand right on the first view. So, pause the video and read this carefully so you can completely understand what's going on. Don't worry, I will wait. Okay, moving on. So let me just show you some examples. Okay, so E major, the E major scale has a relative minor, which is C sharp minor, but it also has a parallel minor, which is going to be E minor. Okay, the easiest one to recognize is going to be the parallel minor, because you simply turn this into minor, and that's it. They both begin in the same one. Okay, another one, the A major scale, the relative minor is going to be F sharp minor, but the parallel minor is going to be A minor. Another one, the D flat major, the relative minor is going to be B flat minor, but the parallel minor is going to be D flat minor. Another one, the E minor, the relative major is going to be G major, but the parallel major is going to be E major. See that I have changed all of this. I began with major, but now here I begin with minor. Then we have A minor, which relative major is going to be C major, and the parallel major is going to be A major. And then we have D flat minor, which the relative major is going to be F flat major, but the parallel major is going to be D flat major. Notice the difference here. In both columns, the parallel minor is going to be like the same relationship, but the relative ones are going to be different. Look at for E major, the relative minor is C sharp minor, But for E minor, the relative one is going to be G major. It's another scale. Okay, you just don't invert. That's not how it's supposed to be done. Okay, so be careful. Now, focus on this slide because this is going to be what you're going to do for your task. Okay, so it's going to be this exact same format. What is your task? Your task is going to be the following. Okay, on a Word document, don't do like handwriting. A Word document, you're going to first write the heading. Okay, your name, your grade, your subject, and task minor scale. So your name is going to be, for example, John Doe. Your grade is going to be 7th, 8th, 9th, whatever. Your subject is going to be songwriting, or intro to songwriting, or songwriting 1, songwriting 2, songwriting 3, whatever. And then your task is already given, minor scales. And then you're going to write the relative minor and parallel minor scales of the following major scales. Okay, you're only going to put the name, you're not going to put the complete scale. So it's exactly what I did here. Okay, it's going to look like this. See that I have not put the entire scales. I just put like the name of the scale, the label of the scale. Okay, so you're going to do it. You're going to write the relative minor scales and the parallel minor scales of these major scales: C sharp major and B flat major. And then you're going to write the relative major and parallel major of the following minor scales, so the other way around. Only the name, not the complete scales. Okay, you're not going to write every note of the scale, just the name of the scale. And those minor scales you're going to be working with are F minor and A flat minor. Okay, so that is going to be your task. If you have any questions, you can ask me. I will be logged in during your video, whatever day you have it. If not, you can send me an email. We can work something out. If you need extra help sessions, I'm also available. Write me, and then we will figure something out to see what day we can actually have extra help on this. It could be about this, or it could be about your instrument activities. It doesn't matter, okay? Anything you need help with, I am here to help you. So that is your task, and that is your video. I hope you understood it. If you haven't, let me know. Do your task, and I will see you next class. Bye-bye.